What happened in Eurovision this year again? You watch Eurovision just for the drama nowadays. I don't even care about the songs or the singers. This is basically stupid, from my part, at least. To say the least, I'm a hypocrite. But in every Eurovision contest, the last few years at least, or this is what I observed over the course of the last years, there is always a political something happening. Okay. And it includes that it's always towards a little bit of drama. So let me start by saying a couple of things that for me it's basically obvious, but I don't know. We will see what everyone else thinks. First of all, I will start with Tommy Cash. Tommy Cash, what he did in Eurovision was amazing. I loved his song because Tommy Cash is Tommy Cash. That's why. He makes a song, a meme song, and I believe that he will playing all over Europe for the next 3 months. We will see Tommy Cash blow up even more after this contest of Eurovision. And I am a big fan of him because his creativity in the songs, in the way he dresses, is something totally different from what we are used to watch the last decade or so. Clearly, his song was a meme. That's why Italians relax. And then we move to Israel contest. So, again, many things happened in Israel's performance. Something that we are now basically used to it. I tried to find how Israel decided to make Yuval Raphael, I hope I pronounced it correctly, how Israel decided to send her. It was from a contest inside Israel. I didn't find anything, so I don't really know. But there are some things I want to say in this thing. First of all, she was a survivor from the attacks of Hamas in October 7th. And I found how she survived. After the attackers broke into the shelter and started shooting partygoers, Raphael played dead, then lay beneath bodies for 8 hours straight until she was rescued. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Israel, but damn, that's a badass. That's a badass move, in my personal opinion. And of course, we had the Palestinians flags going up in the middle of the performance of Yuval. And it was something we expected to happen, even though I think Eurovision said that they will not allow any flags this year, Palestinian at least. And they arrested 2 people, 1 woman and 1 man after this. After her performance, some said that she was a little bit shaken up because the 2 people tried to go on the stage. Something, it's really logical to think about it. And there is something a little bit small that I want to discuss. I don't know how they decided to send her in the Eurovision, because maybe the Israelis thought that if they send a survivor of October the 7th, there will be smaller backlash in the Eurovision. I don't know, but it's probably something that could happen. I don't know. In my head, it makes sense. And after that, we had the public opinion about how Israel managed to secure a second place. But in my opinion, the song was okay. It was a Eurovision song. And especially if you want to make a claim and you want to support it, just support it with evidence. Everyone can say anything these days. Prove your points. If you want to say something, prove it. You don't have proofs or evidence of any kind, just don't say it. Come on. We live in a time with the internet that everyone can say everything. And the same thing happened, I believe, with Lordi in 2006 or something like that. They claimed that Lordi cheated also to win the Eurovision. But come on, for me, Lordi was one of the best performances in Eurovision because it was something different. We don't see different things. We only watch and hear balladas and a couple of meme songs. Lordi were awesome, in my opinion. Also, Spain said that we need to remove Israel from the Eurovision contest. So if we remove country from the contest, just like we did with Russia, then the war will stop. We have this thing in our minds. No. The war, it won't change if a country is in Eurovision or out of it. If you believe that didn't help with Russia, it will not help with Israel either. Let me remind you that Israel is a major factor in Europe. Israel has 3 or 4 things important for Europeans: economical, military, and scientific / technological. And I want to remind to every European that Israel spends money in Europe. For example, 30 billion is trade, and EU is the top source of imports in Israel. And it's the major partner of Eastern Mediterranean for Europeans. And let me remind you that European economy goes down the last few years. But the exports in Israel go up every year. So you can't send them away because the economical factors are very high for Europe nowadays. Except that we have a major immigration problem. Even Israel helps with that. You know it or not. This is one of the major factors that USA gives billions of dollars in Israel. To Israel. Also, it puts an invalid anti-terrorism system, intelligence that helps Europe, and it protects European troops in the field of Afghanistan. That's why Israel is very valuable to Europe, and it will continue to be something that Russia didn't have previously of the war. So don't expect by saying a couple of things, move Israel away. It won't happen. And let me be clear. I do not support the ideas and what Israel does in Gaza Strip. I do not support Hamas either in Gaza. But it needs to stop the war. I am totally agreeing with that. Do I think it will happen today? No, I won't. But this is a conversation that I've said my opinion already. And the something small, I found this on Twitter. I don't know if it's true though. She made the sign of Batman for the small child that lost his life in October 7th. The last thing I want to talk is Greece. I like the song of Greece. It was really good. And it had a nice touch to it. For example, the thing of the background, do you remember it? It's something British stole. Maybe it's time to send it back. I'm just saying that will not happen in a millennia. And the song was talking about Pontus and how the Greeks from Pontus lost their lives from the Ottoman Empire. Something that will wait to see if the genocide of Pontus will be accepted by Europeans one day, I hope. Some political parties from Greece said that they will try and make it public in European Parliament so the genocide will be recognized by Europe. And this is something I can't wait the response of our friendly neighbor Turkey. Yeah, the response will be as real bad. Those were the basic things that happened in Eurovision. It wasn't something very wow. Last year we had more suspense, more drama. This year was a little bit relaxed, I believe. But what can you do? That's that. Goodbye.
Be better.